Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube. I slightly flubbed that. Ignore that.
Yes. No.
Yes. And welcome back to Mass Effect Shadows in the Light, our Dungeons and Dragons 5e campaign mini adventure thing. I did not recover from the flub. Screw all of you. So, joining us once again today is this colourful bunch of misfits. Starting with Keelan, who is playing Nixaline, our female vanguard slash infiltrator Carapaturn.
Hi, I have mangoes.
She is happy she has mangoes. Next up, we have Skull Azlal, played by Lightning Flash, and he is our male infiltrator Viper.
I'm currently watching the bat over there eat her mangoes. I'm sure I'm going to puke at the cuteness.
So long as you're not eyeing me up to eat me.
Speaking of potentially getting eaten by a party member, we next have Ari playing Zelina, our Asari Vanguard Arda Lakshi.
You may puke, but I want to break it.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Skidrama, so known as Tone Shift, playing Scrap, our musician Geth.
I do not have sufficient data to determine whether or not the various proclamations around me are sarcasm or not. I will take this into consideration for the remainder of the trip.
There is also myself, my NPC, known as Nilsson Nakira Vataya, female Quarian infiltrator.
Do you have happened any data on the headaches of one of our members? Of why?
Insufficient information to provide a prognosis.
I can tell you my prognosis. I invited a bunch of buskets into my ship.
You are experiencing all the known symptoms of mild irritation and overwhelmed stress.
Mild is not the right word, but sure.
Suggestion: take a day off.
Unfortunately, that will not happen because we are continuing on from last time. Where? Nice segue. You all went to the Citadel, having received a task still somewhat shrouded in levels of mystery, hired by the Shadow Broker through intermediaries, including a little drone that is following around called Icon, as well as the bitch of Omega herself, Arya Tolok. Still, before heading to your target, which is located on the human colony of Elysium, you made a trip to the Citadel, the source of all galactic culture and government, at least outside of that of the Terminus system. While there, you had an interesting time, to say the least, getting inside, given the company of a Geth among you. This led to a brief detainment and a meeting with who Scrap has deduced to potentially be a Spectre. An individual who would act beyond the law as the right hand of the Citadel Council, doing whatever it takes to keep the Citadel and its people safe, even though the ethics of that safety may sometimes be in question. Still, whatever her intent may be, this Spectre, who goes by the name of Talon, has let Scrap go for the time being, albeit acting as somewhat of a living bug. Various infiltration software installed into his firmware, allowing her to see what you all say and do at any time she so wishes. Still, you got access, and after that there were various shenanigans, let's say.
You almost poisoned the Citadel's water supply.
You did almost poison the water supply of one of the walls of the Citadel, at the very least.
That would have made us domestic terrorists.
with a
Wait,
spectre
no.
watching you.
Wait, no. None of us are native to the Citadel. We would have all been a foreign terrorist threat.
With a tractor for a Geth, as far as anyone there was concerned.
Interesting that a
definitely be
Geth
bad.
would use a biological weapon. Right, I hate to interrupt, but we actually gotta pause for a second because I gotta go give Grandma some meds. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I don't control when the meds need to be given.
Fine.
Take deep breaths, buddy. It'll be fine. We get there.
I'm fine. I know.
I was talking to Tom, but okay.
All right.
Calm down, Snaky.
Serpentine,
You-
be calm.
If you ever call me Snaky again,
Would you prefer me to call you Noodle?
Sliver.
Serpentine's still on the table.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I speed ran that as quickly as I could. I'm just gonna have to trust that she's actually going to take them.
No worries.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Anyway, we good? Are we good? Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let's see, it's been a flawless beginning to the session so far. I flood lines and then that happens. Cool. Let's go. Anyway, like I was saying, shenanigans occurred on the Citadel involving Krogan, Fish, Nixaline missing. Well, she was essentially presented with a signpost telling her where to go, and rather than look at the signpost, she just decided to climb up a skyscraper and look over a lake.
To be fair, I'm glad it turned out how it did, because we got a very emotional tale about a whisk.
You did do that. There was a whisk. There was a Solarian very enamored with the whisk, and then he realised he omitted terrorism, decided not to do a terrorism, and then told the idiot as he got headbutted by his brother. We all on the same page? Good.
Indeed. I'm just glad everyone had a part to play.
So from that, you got a few new units of Menagel, some credits from said Krogan's brother, who was somewhat apologetic and or annoyed by your participation in his sibling's idiotic scheme. Before having also acquired a Omni tool and hacking software for Scrap, decided it was time to leave the Citadel. Perhaps you had injected enough chaos in the otherwise pristine wars of this giant station for one day. So, you reboarded the Small Sky, your modified Kodiak shuttle, and have set course for the nearest mass relay at the edge of the nebula. From there, you will be on your way to Elysium. And that is where we open up today. The shuttle is hurtling through space, away from the massive guns of the Citadel fleet, thankfully not turned on you through any of your activities. What are y'all doing?
I think for the moment, Scrap's just thinking.
What is Scrap thinking of? I presume he's been stripped of his disguise at this point, because I know he took his mask off.
He is basically just going over what limited information we currently have on our target. You know, the technology located in a certain box, and presumably a safe storage like vault somewhere underneath a mansion on Elysium. That is my assumption. Seems a safe enough one at the moment without further information. And just based off of this very limited information and what we know of what we're going into, he's basically just analyzing the variables and seeing if he can come up with a plan in a vacuum that might be universally applicable without additional intelligence to help formulate something more specific.
Nixaline is happily still munching one of her mangoes, but also thinking of how to approach the target and, you know, pretty much work out other plans, like quick exits if it need to, if everything goes wrong, or just an exit in general, just all kinds of stuff.
Somewhat of a fruitless concept when you don't even know the layout of the target as of yet, beyond the fact that it's going to be a mansion owned by a mercenary group.
Fruitless. No, she's got a mango.
It has already
I'm not sure
borne.
what
It is.
I'll take
It bore fruit before it even began.
Yeah. She's still pretty much planning ahead because there must always be an escape option as such. And also making sure that pretty much she's well packed with suitable equipment as well. On occasions looks over the group and even a certain someone, seeing if she still has headaches or not.
Speaking of, Zelina, you do indeed still have a very slight headache. It's mild enough that you can definitely ignore it, but it is there.
She's most likely rubbing the side of her head, like she's trying to ignore it, but she's like, I hate the damn thing sometimes.
Mango? She holds out a mango to you.
She slowly looks at you. She's like, not annoyed per se, but like her resting face. The resting bee face.
We can say it. Resting bitch face.
Yeah.
I can't say
Except
that
if
because
her
my mother's in
parents
the dang room.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
What? Food helps. Keeps you energetic.
I can't eat that.
Just turns her head. Why not?
Okay. What do you know about Asaris?
The first I met. Does that count?
Okay, you have little knowledge. Got it.
I will say, Ari, for reference, you can eat a mango. There's nothing stopping you from eating a mango.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, the Discord just said robot. I'm like, why?
Oh no.
No,
Actually,
no.
you can eat mango. The only
Yeah.
one who can't on this ship, well, technically 2 and 3 if you include Scrap and the Snakey.
Well,
But our pilot
so-
cannot. She has special food.
yes.
Okay.
A mango is a mango. It would be Levo based, and Asari are Levo. So Asari have the same dietary tract as humans, so to speak.
Yep.
That's what I was asking before, but I don't think I heard that because the Discord just loves to make your freaking volume low.
Oh no.
So the
But
question
yeah.
is, you can leave Nixaline hanging.
It's not gonna be enough, but it will satisfy it for now.
It's 2, just in case.
Fun fact: since I don't think anyone ever said they were picking up rations on the Citadel, I'm pretty sure this crate of mango scrapboard is literally the only dietary sustenance any of you have on this ship. So
All I have is dry fruit, but
I mean,
Most of
I
it's,
I assume
meh.
Neem has been carrying food for herself, and I don't need to eat.
I mean, yes, Neen carries food for herself, but she's dextro, would actually poison everyone else.
And also,
So-
the snake is still digesting the guy he ate.
That is true.
Yeah,
He'll
he's got
be
much
good
yet.
he'll be good for a while, but right now Nixaline and Zelina are going to be subsisting on mangoes. So-
I
And
mean,
we're only gonna be in this thing
Nixon-
for like a day, right? We can just go on like a restaurant trip when we arrive before we get to work.
like I said, Nixaline does have like dry fruit in bags, but they are a bit bland because they're dry fruit. It's like,
dried
meh.
fruit, dried fruit in bags, or the very ripe, lovely mango fruit you have in front of you. A choice.
Yeah.
I had an eyelash in my eye that hurt.
Oh no! Stop it.
Oh no. So I take it you didn't get any more rations. That's a bummer.
I was
thought the-
fine. I was well fed, and now I'm. Even though I can still eat regular food, it's something else that will sustain what I have.
Oh. I take it it's something to do with your species? Or is it only, like, to you, say?
Yeah, she's just trying to straighten herself up because one, she has this headache, but also trying to calm herself down. I have this condition where even though I can't eat regular food. I have to meld with someone to sustain this condition.
Nixeline was in deep thought when you said that, and then her eyes just widened when it hits her.
Hold on.
Oh.
Just give me a second there, because I will point out, Nixon, you are not very familiar with aliens. You wouldn't be, because you spent all of your life on your home planet, and the only real contact is when mercenaries come to kill you. So, for that matter, can you please roll me a history check? I would say for this.
Scrap has already done a full 24-hour Google search equivalent of what a sorry melding is, so he is primed and ready to give a dissertation.
Also, Scrappy, you know what she is because the spectre said it to you in the.
I was gonna say wait till I
interview.
finish, but okay, because it might be different with what you think.
I don't know why I could just see Nixeline just like her eyes are just
Yeah.
like wide.
So, mating ritual? Eh?
I believe Tom said history.
Please roll a history check, is what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you are not familiar with Asari and what melding would be, so please roll for that for me. Meta knowledge shall not assist.
Just the way I see them just locking eyes with each other as Nixeline is just like blanked out.
Especially about actually, because they are kind of a big secret even among the Asari, so a lot of the time. But
And
the
Nixeline's
dirty
information will
secret.
probably not be accurate anyway, but let's see what the dice say.
I mean, the majority of Asari you have met, you shot and killed, so you don't exactly have much time to talk about their mating habits.
She's just
So
guessing.
funny.
Aside from that, they had big boobas.
Yes.
Funny.
I thought we were talking about mangoes, now we're talking about melons.
We're talking about mammaries.
Yeah, melons.
Mammaries. Melons are a type of fruit.
You don't. It's slang. It's slang, Mr. American. It's slang.
I'm aware. I'm fully well aware. I know it's slang. It's just not funny enough for me to accept it.
Oh,
Well,
Mr.
British.
La-di-da.
Hey, either way, Nixeline, I don't think I've had anything in history, so it's going to be a D20 for me.
I'm in the middle of doing it.
Hmm. Uh-oh.
Okay, Mom got it.
History, yeah.
9.
Yep.
Okay,
Like
so
I said, she probably would not.
Let's have a nine.
know.
no, you don't. Like, when she says melding, like, the first thing that for some reason conjures to your mind is like someone being absorbed, like in their skin, like some sort of osmosis, and it's a very strange thought. So you're very confused.
Pretty much, yeah. Hence why I guess she's just going off a limb of mating ritual.
Just the list.
It's like puzzled. So pretty much the world changed literally nothing of how she responds.
Yeah.
She is
After
confused.
like if Nixeline is just giving a blank stare, I'm assuming
Yeah.
Scrap
I
will
see it.
helpfully
That's what
provide. Melding. Asari reproductive habits.
Oh, that makes a bit more sense.
Unlike other galactic species, Asari require linking together their nervous systems with other life forms. It is not the same as other reproductive cycles.
They can have babies with pretty much anyone.
I am so glad you informed me with that useful information. Because sorry, I don't think I swing that way.
This
I
girl
want
is...
to do it.
Not only a choice of the Asari, they're all female. They didn't really have a concept, I imagine, before they met everyone else.
They're all...
Skull instantly moves away from her.
Just a high pitch from Nixie. They're all female.
Just,
I mean,
just as Alina, just like, I won't go for any of you. Jeez.
Analysis.
Wait, was
by
that
my
that thing you were looking at?
By my understanding, Asari technically do not have gender. Most of the galaxy and Asari themselves simply use the female pronoun as it correlates to the common habit of the females of many galactic species bearing a resemblance to the Asari form.
That still does not clear up the fact that she was behind me and she started having these headaches. Does that mean you were technically coming on to me or something?
I don't.
No.
I've met a few Asari. I don't. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing.
Extranet
I
searches
wasn't
indicate
coming
that
on
that
to
is not
you.
a thing.
Nix,
But-
I wasn't going after you. How many? Just, oh. Just
I mean-
Alina just like face bombing.
I mean, from what I know, can't Asari, like, I can't believe I'm having this conversation, Kila, but don't Asari aren't Asari able to do it like normally, but they also have this telepathic thing as well, which is how they actually do it.
Huh.
Physical pleasure as opposed to biological reproduction.
Why are we talking about this right now?
Yeah.
I agree. Why are we talking about this?
We are having this conversation because Nixaline asked if you were all right, and you answered the question. It has since snowballed from there into a place where everyone in this room is uncomfortable.
I wish
I'm glad I am in this
asked,
environmental
please.
suit because you cannot see my face.
Thermal readings indicate
I-
you are blushing.
Scrap, I swear to the fleet.
I wish I never asked. And please stay out of my head and any physical contact of that sort without
How
my
many
permission.
times do I need to make a count on how many times I said I am not coming for either of you?
Analysis.
I was
A change of
just
subject may be
explaining.
warranted.
I will turn this ship around.
That would be unwise, creator name. We
mission-
are on a task.
Hate to break it to you, but if you turn the ship around, that would be a terrible idea. Because I'm pretty sure the individual who hired us will not be amused and may punish us.
Neither
Okay,
would
I
the
think-
neither would the Spectre currently observing us.
If the Quarian can bring this conversation back to the original point of it, what was the headaches exactly? That's not normal.
Yes,
I mean,
that's,
is it a problem?
that's a good point. That's the main thing I want to know.
Do I need to explain a little bit of what I have, of my condition?
Let's see. I can't fly in your gravity. You have headaches. Yes, I think it's important. Please.
I get sick
Why
if
would
you
you
sneeze on me. So that's something you should know.
Noted.
Do not sneeze on me. I will shoot you.
Do not worry. I shall cover my snoz. And our snake friend is weak to cold.
Yes, snakes and vipers are cold-blooded, as common knowledge.
Yes, I should know.
And what does
Anyway.
you, what do you mean by that?
Never
Back
mind.
to the point.
Back to
Let
the
the
point of the
Asari
headache.
speak.
Sylvia's just was rubbing the side of her head again, and she's just like, "Oh my god, it's like dealing with children."
My headache is becoming new. I have a new reason to feel annoyed and headached.
Parenting headaches.
I'm wrangling these suckers. Ah! Unsuccessfully.
Alien babysitter.
But all seriousness. Continue.
I don't know why I just see Nixaline just like sitting like in front of her, like she's like just waiting for story time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mr. Get on that.
No.
I have from when I was born. I have a genetic defect. which instead of normal melding, I destroy the person's mind. I totally did not look up the Wikipedia. Just the silence is deafening. She's just looking at Paul.
So you had it from birth.
I didn't know about it until I matured.
Query.
Ah.
I think the silence is go ahead.
Acknowledged.
They're all looking at you.
You indicate that you currently possess a headache. Your assessment of your condition, that melding with other organics causes you to destroy their minds, and its correlation to this headache indicates to me that this is not just an unfortunate byproduct of you melding with other organics, but that you actually must meld with other organics to maintain your own health. Is this a correct assessment?
You are correct.
If it is
So,
permissible to ask,
you-
to what extent could this pose as a hazard to the mission?
If I don't meld with anyone soon, I will black out and kill everyone, from what I was told.
Nixon's ears just pricked up at that. Like, huh? So you just turned psycho on us? How
Most
many
likely.
stages are there to this, may I ask? Like, when does it reach critical?
Scrap, since you have access to the extranet, roll for me a history check to see how much information you managed to kind of pass and how deep you managed to,
21.
progress. Excellent. Scrap, you managed to access much of the extranet, including probably their equivalent of the dark web on a few occasions.
Oh my.
The information is sparse, controlled. The Asari seem to have a great chain. From what information you've managed to piece together, the Ardak Yakshi can only be produced by an Asari couple, two Asari parents, which is why there's a stigma against quote-unquote pure-blooded Asari, due to the potential creation of Ardak Yakshi, who indeed have a biological defect that gives them the urge to meld with other beings, essentially absorb all of their neural energy in their head, power themselves, killing the other individual, and they're not giving in to these needs can indeed be negative to their health, including things like insomnia, lack of concentration, headaches, hallucinations, and eventual insanity that is typically controlled in an environment of constant meditation and discipline that not every Ardat actually has been able to master. If they are, they typically live a life of solitude to maintain that concentration and that discipline to prevent those urges from ever re-emerging. If they cannot manage those urges and indeed fall to insanity, they are typically eliminated by Asari commandos.
I would like Scrap to probe a little deeper to figure out how the hell the Asari, as a species, managed to survive all the way to, being a space-faring civilization, if breeding amongst themselves could potentially lead to the creation of, essentially, uncontrollable murder succubi. Was it only a thing that developed after they made contact with other species, or is it just so rare that they didn't have to worry about it?
I mean, from what you've looked, 21, that's a very high roll. There are definitely legends amongst the Asari of, monsters, warlords, these demonic, figures from throughout their history. Some were monsters, some were leaders who brought terror. Most of them are framed as legend and myth, but in the factuality of it, less than 1% of the population ever manifest these symptoms.
Understood.
Which is a very rare condition, but it can happen. It's even rarer now since their culture typically promotes finding partners amongst other species to bring various traits of that species to the Asari to expand throughout the galaxy. but it does still happen. There's probably only hundreds in the entire galaxy, and most of them will be wherever it is, on some location. The Asari essentially incarcerates them to live a life of solitude and an almost monk-like existence.
Scraps' various headpieces will twitch a bit as he gathers this information. He'll look at Zelina. A thorough extranet search has given me an understanding of what you are currently experiencing. May I have your permission to share this information with the rest of the crew?
Go on.
And I will relay everything I learned to everyone else in the room.
So, working from this information, not only do we have to complete the assignment, all of us still alive, or at least one of us to make it back, but we also have to get her back to Omega before she goes critical. Or she would pretty much turn on all of us.
Quick question to you. If that is all true, why are you on Omega and not, mastering the whole meditation thing? That sounds very bad.
That's my little hunting ground.
That does not give me comfort. That does not at all.
From a detached and analytical standpoint, it makes significant sense. Omega often sees a high turnover rate of individuals coming and going, many of whom are insignificant or otherwise unnoticed by wider galactic civilization, and most are lowlifes, as you would put it. This makes it an ideal hunting ground for an Ardat Yakshi who wants to minimize innocent casualties in their work. If one must feed on the life of another to survive, but they maintain some measure of a moral compass, ensuring that their victims are not necessarily pure of morality themselves would be an ease on the conscience, and potentially be considered by some to be a good for the galaxy.
If we throw her the nearest baddest person and let her do her thing, she's stabilized, right?
We are talking about eating essentially someone's soul. I do not know if I'm comfortable with that.
I mean, in my life, there are those who do deserve a good comeuppance. That I have learned.
I will also
Trust
add,
me.
no one chooses to be an Ardat Yakshi.
Yeah.
Why do you think Arya chose me?
She definitely has her allies, that's for sure. Oh. Okay.
Yes, and I worked my way up.
But if the Asari typically try to keep the other Yakshi on the leashes, doesn't that mean they hunt you?
Funny how you say that. Not too long ago, an Asari did come to me. And they did try to save me, per se.
Did you win?
Of course I did.
Analysis. She is here. Was that sarcasm? I do not have the capacity for sarcasm. I am proud
He
of
is
him.
learning.
Learning! Yay! What a marvel you are!
Just the sheer needing to state the obvious has awakened something within him.
I applaud your efforts.
I am not programmed for sarcasm.
And yet, sarcasm exists.
And then Zelina's like, not this again, not the. Even though that's not my first Asari that hunted me down, I know there's still more, but.
Wait, hold on. Wait, we're having this conversation. Isn't there like a city agent watching everything we're doing?
Correct. They had already clocked that Zelina was an Ardat Yakshi before I was even interrogated.
Oh, good. This is fine.
Oh, it's so nice to know that they're so casual about it, where we are panicking.
I see no reason
Again,
to
I
panic.
don't go for any of you. As long as I'm fed, I will be fine. And if I don't, then there's consequence.
I still want to know though, are there like stages, and if so, how many do
That's
you
5
have?
stages.
Okay. So I take it this is the first stage, correct?
Yes.
So we have 4 more before shit goes wrong. Okay.
And it seemingly
Should be
took at
fine.
least a couple of days for Stage 1 to manifest. We are not pressed for time. Not yet.
Exactly. It'll be fine. The only thing we are stretched for time for is getting to our target, but then again, we are making great time on that. So it should be fine.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, Zelina's gonna like pat your head, Nixily.
Bits of caught off guard by that. Flinches a bit.
As long as I'm fed, I'll be fine. But it wasn't your fault, so don't go blame yourself.
I was just a bit concerned, but okay.
No need to panic. Again, just like the noodle over there. As long as he's fed, we're fine.
Indeed, as you're having this conversation, Scrap, your Omni tool will light up with another message.
I will look.
Talon writes to you that the Yadayashi is fine. I do not care about the Asari's dirty laundry unless she makes it a problem by targeting the wrong person. Plusan scum I can live with. A mother of 3 children? We have a problem. And I am very good at dealing with problems.
I will turn on my vocal unit, try to imitate Talon's voice, and convey that to the rest of the group.
I mean, yeah. So plan A, I calls it. Just throw her to the nearest bad guy who deserves it.
Literally, Zelina just like literally just pinches the bridge of her nose. She's like, "I don't kill innocents."
I said not. Listen, as in a real nasty bastard who deserves it.
I think she was responding to
no one
Talon,
else.
not you.
Oh. Alright.
To be fair, Zelina, you did work for a crime lord, so I'm not surprised that there will be some skepticism.
Which begs the question: do you, after all this is over, do you really want to go back to Omega? Or your mistress?
It's the only home I had.
Huh.
Compared to
Fair
the
enough.
alternative, an isolated monastery, Omega does seem, according to my analysis, the only place where an Ardat Yakshi could feasibly make an existence where they have their freedom and also some modicum of a clear conscience.
I get fed, and I get credits, both in one.
That's true, but you also mentioned there are individuals who come after you and claim to quote unquote, as she pretty much does with the things with her fingers, save you. Which I doubt that is a load true and it's a load of bullshit.
Yeah, save me in isolation or execution.
Yeah, fuck that.
Exactly.
Well, I just
I'm
learned a
surprised
whole-
that
Go on.
the skull didn't say anything about the freaking noodle comet.
I think he's getting used to it at this point.
No, he's
starting this time.
he's quietly brooding in the corner, trying to keep warm.
Sleepy snake.
Well, as fascinating as this entire conversation is,
Yes,
and I will remember to
certainly-
lock the door of my bunk at night, we will be hitting the mastery day in about 30 seconds, so if you want to hold on to something.
Wonderful.
Locking servos.
just learned
Skunk!
I just learned a lot of information. Although, question, I take it this ship doesn't have any stealth features like invisibility or...
This is a shuttle. No, it does not. Also, invisibility... Ship invisibility is like science fiction. can't make things invisible ship-wide. I mean, I have my tactical cloak, but it's a lot of power. Doesn't really work like that.
Analysis. The only real form of cloaking starships are capable of having are thermal shielding that prevents them from being detected by outside scanners. This does not prevent a visual identification. However, in order to have visual on a spaceship, you have to be extremely close in the vacuum of space. Thermal blockout is more or less the same thing, but as Creator Neem indicated, it requires significant power, and the shuttle does not have much.
Hitting mass relay in 5, 4, 3,
Nixling's holding
2,
on.
1. And so if any of you were to look out the front holographic windscreen of the shuttle, you see the swirling blue vortex contained within the fork-like structure of the mass relay come very close. There's various arcs of electricity that reach out to strike the shuttle before the entire thing lurches. You are just flung like a cannonball out of cannon through the depths of space. The swirling blue vortex surrounding the ship.
Now we're going super fast.
Many thousands of times the speed of light.
Give me strength.
You know, it's odd being at the back seat and not in the front seat, but still fun.
Right. But yes, Scrap's right, as I was saying. I mean, a tactical cloak for a small object like a person, that is one thing, but the power generation to try and cloak an entire ship?
There's a lot of power complications, yes.
Theoretically, you could do it, but you would probably disable every other ship system down to their life support. Thrusters,
Exactly.
weapons.
Indeed, I'm so glad we're on the same page.
So yes, I think there's this whole stink a while ago about this new Quarian Alliance joint ship, the Normandy class, that apparently has this really advanced heat sinking systems that basically makes the ship all but invisible to sensors unless you physically see. Would not be surprised if the fleet were trying to come up with that one, since the Geth do not use Windows. It would be a big advantage. No offense, Scrap.
So they
Query.
So do they
What?
use?
Apologies.
Scrap?
I am currently performing complicated data analysis. I was not listening to the conversation.
I was just pointing out that your people are not known to using Windows in ships, so heatsink system allowing basically visibility to sensors like the Alliance and the Turians are using would be very good for the fleet.
Correct. Windows are structural weaknesses. Geth would have little use for them.
They would also make the flotilla invisible to the Geth, so theoretically, if the war was ever to break out again, it would be very bad for the Geth.
Correct. That being said, it would only necessitate a handful of encounters between Geth and Quarians before the consensus of the Geth would start working on a countermeasure in their technology. The advantage would be temporary.
Yeah, you know the heavy fleet would take advantage. Well, don't
With
see how
no-
the fleet will easily get their hands on the tech anyway. I imagine it's quite classified.
With no disrespect to your people, Creator Neem, you need every advantage you can get, but I sincerely hope it does not come to war. There has been enough violence between our kinds.
I mean, how advancements usually happen, there will always be those who squabble over the new thing. So, I guess time will tell.
Still, whatever your original point was, no, the shuttle does not have either of those things. It cannot cloak, and it cannot have any of this advanced heat sinking thing. It is just a shuttle.
I figured as much.
So you have no idea how hard it is to keep the engines working at the time. What are you typing?
I am typing out a Scrap's thought process on what he's currently analyzing.
You and I should have a private chat at some point.
Did
Mr.
anyone?
Napthaniel.
Did anyone? Has anyone looking at the roll 20 chat? By the way.
I saw.
Holy. I mean, the Geth are essentially ChatGPT gone wrong, so.
More or less, yeah.
Ah, enough.
ChatGPT and Boston Dynamics gone wrong.
I refuse to use Apple, but Linux I am open to, even though it would take a lot of know-how and...
Penguin.
Yep, penguin.
All right, let me see here.
Is something you're writing in your notes or something you're putting in a Discord?
I'm putting it in a notepad so I can read it off.
Oh.
Let's see here.
I also noticed there's only 4 of us.
Also, on your allies list, Talon is
There we go.
spelled Talan.
Mm.
That's a note.
Ah, so Talan, not Tulum.
But yes, I see just at that too. Nim.
No, she's not part of an avian species, literally called Talon. Talon.
Ah,
This is a long process.
Yeah, you all can keep going. I'm imagining that like Scrap is working on this throughout the entire flight. I've been thinking about this all week, so
fair enough.
because Scrap can do a week of my thinking in an hour, so
Computing pie.
Despite we have limited information of the location and how it's all structured, essentially, and whereabouts it's going to be with the amount of security, I vote that when we do get there, we try to survey the area before engaging and think of a better plan. I would like every detail written down.
At this point, Icon kind of shimmers back into existence and goes, "You are, as my creator would put it, jumping the gun. However, I am happy to shed some light on advice already given in my databanks regarding this. Specifically,
It is useful.
one of the reasons why Creator Neem and my fellow machine, Scrap, were hired for this mission was, while Scrap can be used as infiltration specialist given his nature, Neemfil Kila Vitaya can remain in the small sky and using some modification sensors of my creator's own design, we can potentially perform some scans from a distance of the facility. This will help find out the heist."
That would definitely be helpful, and I figured she is our escape driver, essentially.
So I am relegated to the ship. Lovely.
there must be a driver, yes. And you
Yeah,
are the
it's
most
not-
familiar with this vessel. Logically speaking, you are the best choice.
Indeed. And from information at my disposal for similar such missions that have been conducted in the past, it usually ends with explosions, screaming, and lots of running away. An escape driver may be necessary.
Yeah.
Upon which note,
Besides,
I have been performing a careful analysis of what information we have at hand so far. In absence of any further current intelligence, I have a proposal based on known factors, if you would all wish to hear it.
yes, please.
It is very loose in details, until such time as we gain more intelligence to either reinforce or dispute my proposal. Known. The technology we are after is rare or unique. We can expect it to be under heavy guard, likely in a secure location, likely a basement or otherwise secured vault. What is also known is that this mansion is owned by mercenaries of ill repute, namely the Blue Suns. Also known, an auction for this technology is being held. This will draw many ill-repute individuals akin to the mercenaries, though some may be disguised as being more professional or otherwise of a cleaner disposition. However, large mercenary groups and individuals of this nature tend to fight amongst themselves due to selfish impulse, greed, paranoia, or ideological differences. And further, we do have an Asari associated with Arya Talok in our number. Proposal. Mercenaries are notorious for selfishness and paranoia in regards to important operations where large sums of credits are concerned. In the absence of any other intelligence, we can exploit this. We concede falsified warnings of betrayal or hostility among representatives or attendants of this auction. Our messenger could be Zelina. If we can then cause a spark of violence at the auction with these warnings thus seeded, it could lead to the mercenaries fighting amongst themselves. The number of guns on site is not likely to decrease no matter what we do. However, having those guns pointed at each other rather than us statistically greatly increases our chances of survival. Further, they will also be occupied with each other, distracted, which will increase our chances of successfully acquiring the technology and brooking an escape.
Nixiline's patting you on the shoulder, and this is why you are a valuable member in this group. See? Now
Why did I
this
mention that?
is a plan.
Why do I imagine that accompanied with one of those hypothetical flash forwards in a heist movie of how they think it's going to go?
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 style.
All the bad guys.
Thing is, this is all very broad in detail. This doesn't have specifics because we don't have the intelligence to work specifics. I acknowledge that this is making numerous assumptions about the nature of our destination. I would not rely on this as our only plan. It is simply one which I have proposed.
Which I do like the sound of it so far, and maybe we can work it in there depending on what else we are dealing with when we get there.
My primary reason for seeding signs of betrayal and doubt among the mercenaries is so that we can wait for the auction itself to actually begin. The technology will need to be put on display for those who wish to purchase it, elsewise they're not likely to make sufficiently large bids, and the Blue Suns will want to get as much credits out of this entire ordeal as they can. If the technology is thus on display when violence breaks out, we don't have to worry about it being under the heavy guard of its secure location. We can just grab it and go.
Unless the Blue Suns are right about it eventually being stolen by a rival or whatever, at which point they may have a replica or schematics or a video feed. They might not necessarily be there, like, in the open for anyone to steal.
Another theory is that we might not be the only ones who just want to take it as a freebie. There could be those who try to steal it in other methods, then rather honorably bid for it. After all, the price is that great and rare, I wouldn't put it past any of them.
Heisties running into and tripping over other heisties, in other words.
Yes, we have to be aware of this. Could be a scenario.
I do not refute these as possibilities. However, we currently lack intelligence to say for certain. That is why I discounted them from my analysis and proposal. There is a reason it is as vague on details as it is. We lack sufficient data.
Hence why we need to hold on to the ideas, but also learn who else is here and what their motives are and personality. Try to get a better understanding of the other targets around you before or after the main one would be helpful, because at least we know where we stand with them.
Well,
Alright, that's it. I just put everything I typed into chat.
Yep,
well,
I see it.
we know it's some manner of technology that was developed by a Cedarian scientist. Michael Call pipes up. Indeed. Purpose presently unknown. At least to me. It is not in my databanks.
We also know that it is labeled in a crate D14, and that it is held in an underground level of the mansion. I believe we were told that. I do have it written in my notes, so I assume I wrote that down.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
We cannot rely on an underground level of access from the outside.
We need to be inside, is what I even announced. So, hence why we need to not just learn from the out, but also the ins, and especially the individuals there.
The only basement access I could speculate being present without visual on the facility would likely be a small shuttle landing pad. However, given the value of what they have in their storage, that platform is likely to be heavily guarded. Approach is ill-advised.
Well, that's a lot of assumptions, so whatever this software, the floating ball there wants to give our sensors, to give it a boost, well, once we're able to do it, I'll try and give it a sweep and not get shot down in the process.
Please don't. My ship is miles away and will not make it in time.
Well, given that you are here and not able to fly it from your home world, yes.
And besides, it probably won't do well in combat either. And once that gets shut down, there goes Plan B. Game over.
Again, your plan B is halfway across the galaxy, so not so much a plan B.
You have no idea. Now then,
I have a vague concept of the size of space. I live on a fleet of starships.
All alphabetically labeled plans are likely to result in the endpoint being boarding the Kodiak we currently have in our possession. It is merely the path to reaching the Kodiak that is going to change based on the alphanumerical label.
Gilda, we're going to die.
try to have a bit more faith than that. After
Either
all,
way.
If I could survive some tight scrapes, I'm sure you can too. Just probably don't leave the ship landed on the docks for too long, just in case, you know, they try to expect it or worse, confiscate it.
Don't worry. Leave the functioning of a ship to me. You can trust a Quarian with that much. It is literally in our blood.
Affirmative. Creator Neemthil is a very good pilot.
Thank you, Scrap.
I have no doubts about it from your handiwork. Looking at your customizations. Simple, efficient, but glorious.
Well, when I first got this thing, it literally couldn't get off the landing pad, so something had to be done.
Better than another ship I expected. Too complicated, idiotic. And why is this here? Pretty much a mess.
Kodiak is the galaxy-wide basic shuttle designed for a reason. It works.
Yep.
Just don't mess with the Mass Effect fields, because they'll turn off, it basically becomes a flying brick. This thing is not aerodynamic.
That's why we can't leave it, because it will just float away while we're all down there.
Oh man, I just had a funny thought. I'm not gonna do it, but it would be funny.
Oh god.
Oh?
Oh no.
Basically, just having
Don't
Scrap
worry.
suddenly pipe up and be like, there's like this, on the extranet, there's rumblings about like some pre-space flight species that was found and is being left alone because, you know, don't want to meddle with them too much, and just basically having it just be the Hearthians. Like, their spaceships incorporate an inordinate amount of propane tanks and wooden planks in their designs. Feasibility of space travel is 0%.
I will point out that in the Master Universe, they don't really have a prime directive. They do tend to make contact with primitive species carefully, because the last time they did that was the Yarg, and the Yarg.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was figuring, like,
Eight
they all
months.
went badly, so the Solarians were like, maybe we don't talk to these ones this time. Let's observe them for a long time first. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
these guys think that wood can keep them alive in space. Wow. That's not going to survive atmospheric re-entry.
Yeah.
It's next door, 2x4 technology.
What is it with the Solarians making first contact with very large, very hungry bruisers of species?
Because the Solarians have the metabolism of a tick, and so they are very quick to look at anything and be like, we need to go look at that right now or we're going to die in 2 minutes.
Fun fact, did you know in Mass Effect lore, the Solarians also made first contact with a species who entirely downloaded them.
Who what?
Cataclysm wiped out their planet.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You cut out for a second, so I missed all of that.
The Solarians also made first contact with another species who are unnamed in the lore, downloaded their entire species into a computer after their planet blew up.
Yep.
Huh. Did not know that. God damn it,
So
Solarians.
the STG are currently in possession of a data drive with an entire species worth of people in it.
Hmm.
Man.
Must be safe.
That's kind of. Yeah.
Oh no, the Geth find that. Brothers.
Yep.
It used to be organic.
Just turn that into a giant singular collective
Yeah.
AI that
But
just
you know-
screams at you all the time.
Because you know in Stellaris, that event where it's that exact scenario, it's a reference to it.
Yep.
There's a few Mass Effect references in Stellaris.
Makes sense.
As Newton was on Beat Server Pitch.
I've never found that lore. That's fun.
Yeah, it's like very obscure side lore, but apparently it's a thing.
That's horrifying.
STG. Yes.
Precursors of the Spectres for a reason.
Mm-hmm. I've played the Mass Effect Expanded Universe mod, which adds a bunch of side canon stuff into Mass Effect 3, and that's one of the things you can find on Sakesh. Yeah.
Neat.
Anyway,
Right.
so with that out of the way, the next day of travel pass on by deep within the prismatic lens of the Mass Effect relay network, hurtling at superluminal speeds. That will send you across a few relays, bouncing from one to the next, including the Sol system, very briefly, for at least a couple seconds, stopping there, before bouncing at the Charon relay in orbit above Pluto, and hurtling through Alliance Earth space towards their colony of Elysium. That day will pass on by, leaving you with 5 left. And as Neem begins her final checks on approach to this final relay stop, Zelina, Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Here we go again.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Please be high numbers.
So if I remember,
And yes, I get the reference, thank you. I did that, yes. Game over, man.
Luckily for you, the DC has reset after the last failure, but it was not growing again.
so R1D20, correct?
So it's 1d20 plus your Constitution modifier, which is 1. So d20 plus 1.
Constitution is brutal.
Yeah, I know. I did.
Oh, that's good.
18. You spend much of the flight in your own head. You're not sure whether what you're doing would count as the meditations the matriarchs of the Asara civilization would have expected of you amongst the monastery. You kind of hope not, because, yeah, fuck the matriarchs as far as you're concerned. But, however you would classify it, remaining quiet, remaining calm, controlling your breathing. Your headache doesn't go away, but it does fade into the back of your mind, and you are fairly certain it does not progress. You are in control for the time being, though you remain on one level fiction.
I don't know why, but I think when it comes to I don't think she meditates, but I think she would just most likely take a nap.
You in the midst of you controlling your breath, you do just fall asleep. You feel better for it. And in your mind, you inwardly think, suck it, matriarchs.
So,
I
Captain,
don't know why
have
you're
we
sticking
reached...
the middle finger.
Hey, Captain, we reached our destination yet?
Well, that has a good ring to it. Maybe one day.
What are you
When I have,
doing?
when I have a Vas in my name rather than Anar. We're about a minute out. So, hold on to something. We are about to transition back to normal space.
Oh, and I was having so much fun.
Locking
We
servos.
gotta do it again.
Okay.
After that, we'll jump to FTL for a short jump across the solar system, be a few minutes, and then we should be in orbit above Elysium.
Welcome to Elysium.
Okay. Out of character, was that a little space version of "Are we there yet"?
Yes. But not as annoying as Donkey, at least.
Okay, I do actually have to be right back again because I dearly need to use the restroom. I've been holding it for 40 minutes.
Go!
I will
Oh,
use this
man.
moment then to do the same. I will also run.
You go too. I
my
go
God.
before I literally went before we start.
Yeah, I've kind of been chugging Pepsi Max. I'm gonna go too.
Buddy!
Oh my god.
2 out of the 5 does not need to use the bathroom.
I already
mean,
went
really?
before I already went before we came on this call.
Just like me, we're smart, dear. We did it good. They did a oh no.
And I also brought food beforehand, so I'll be fine.
I got drink.
Of course you did.
Oh, I get a thirsty bitch. But I've been waiting for it all week. And it's not disappointing in any sense of the word. Oh yeah, because you don't know, long story short,
I'm back.
PC works. Yeah, the other two went as well. So me and Ari are the only smart ones who got before it starts.
Well, some of us did go before it starts, but these are very long sessions.
Yeah.
Hey.
All bladders. Oh well.
And we should make some progress to this since we spent the first half of the session essentially discussing mating habits. So,
Mm-hmm.
She's, I think she has like control of it. Like Zelina would have control of it, and then there's times where she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking." It's like a love-hate relationship with it.
yeah.
You know what? I'm less now.
Back.
Hello.
Hey. I'm just curious about one little thing and just checking up.
I'm returned and I brought snacks.
Yay.
All right. Then let us progress. So, along with Neve's predictions, sure enough, the shuttle hurtles its way out of the relay network, coming to a halt. The mass effect field is kicking in, allowing the shuttle to once again be under its own power, its engines activating. As the shuttle turns away from the mass relay at the edge of the system, points in the direction where you can see astronomical units away the distant sun. No planets currently visible as the shuttle hurtles into its own faster-than-light travel. We spend for a good few minutes before the shuttle exits, once again back to normal speeds, and you find yourself in orbit of a lush garden world, surrounded by a defensive fleet. Vast white-coloured ships with blue markings, gigantic cannons adorning their fronts. Some amongst you who are familiar with the Citadel races would recognise these to be the ships of the Alliance Navy. You would have seen a few of them amongst the vessels at the Citadel as well. But this is an Alliance human world, and their military is here to advertise that fact to any who would break its orbit. Particularly, you would imagine, to any wayward Patarians whose space borders this system rather closely.
Yeah, my pride and joy would literally be blown to bits if it was here right now. Oh my. That is some serious hardware.
Indeed. Right above the current shipping lane you are on, you see 3 Alliance vessels nearby, 2 frigates and a dreadnought. The main ship controlling the local space traffic and guarding over the lane, as well as its 2 escorts.
Whoa. Wonder how many individuals that ship can hold. That's enough to bring an army.
Well, the Alliance are known to rival the Turians for their military prowess, and that's saying something, considering the Turians are meant to be the military might of the Citadel. At least till they got their asses kicked by the Geth. And they laughed at us. As the Kodiak shuttle approaches the giant blue gem in the depths of space, A very terrestrial world covered in greenery and oceans. You could see why the humans would have just jumped at the chance to colonize it. And also why the neighboring rival Batarians have made a few attempts, clandestinely, to pry it from their grasp, unsuccessfully to date. Elysium, for the humans, is a beacon of a successful colonization effort, as well as the Alliance's ability to defend its borders against any would-be aggressors. Pseudo-capital of the Skillian Verge.
Shares a lot of points with Eden Prime, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Elysium was one of the earliest human colonization efforts, and served as a beacon in that way, where Eden Prime had been one of the newest and most successful in the neutral systems that make up the Attican Traverse, unclaimed territory. That symbol, of course, was somewhat shattered when this was all but burnt to the ground by the Geth. Still, whereas Eden Prime fell, Elysium has not. And the presence of so many Alliance ships, which Eden Prime, you would know, Scrabble was most notably lacking, is probably a big reason for that. Still, as your shuttle approaches, one amongst several approaching the orbit from this direction, the console does light up as a human voice comes over the comms. Unidentified vessel, this is the Alliance cruiser SSV London. Please transmit your authorization codes now. Meme kind of puts on a few particular taps of the console, much as she had at the Citadel, starts transmitting the ship's code. There are a few tense moments of silence. Your codes are received, shuttle. Might I ask for the purpose of your visit? Meme kind of takes in a breath. SSV London, our visit is purely a social one. We are seeking supplies to go to the market. I am on my pilgrimage and understood, the voice completely interrupts her. Please make your way to the nearest spaceport as we are now marking on your navigation. Deviate from your flight path. Understood, SSV London. We will behave ourselves. And with that, the shuttle begins to dip towards the atmosphere, passing by the vast vessels of the Alliance Navy, unintruded. The quicks of flame of the atmosphere of Elysium begin to appear around the shuttle as the vastness of space gives way to a more terrestrial setting. And soon, the flames part to reveal clouds, condensation appearing on the outside of the shuttle, and far down below, a city. We are on approach. I take it no one else has been here before, because I haven't.
Nope.
Well, according to the navigation systems we have been given and our destination, we are landing in Elysium.
In where?
You kind of cut out
Illyria.
again.
You kind of.
Angry noises.
Creator Neem, your vocal processor has malfunctioned again.
Yep. Our flight plan and our destination is the capital city of Elyria, which is helpful considering that I believe is where we are needing to be. Carax, Icon chimes in. Elyria is the shining jewel of Elysium, which itself is a shining jewel of the Alliance. The capital is vast, full of skyscrapers, and very important, very rich people.
In other words, a place full of scum and villainy. Got it.
We can assume
Not
an
necess-
excess of surveillance will likely be present.
Information packets do not indicate that Elysium is by any means omega on the scale of scum and villainy. However, like any civilized location, there is due to be an underbelly. The Blue Sands would be part of that underbelly.
Definitely the ones I'd be keeping an eye on. And
They
anyone
are the
else
ones
may
we
be
are
interested.
stealing from.
Yep. And keeping an eye out for any other shiftiness as well, just in case this all goes wrong.
Officially, the Blue Suns are a legitimate private security company. However, they mostly operate in the terminus systems due to various scandals that have emerged due to their illicit. Their presence on Elysium and in the city of Illyria is bound to be minimal compared to other locations, but still significant. They are known to carry big guns. The shuttle continues to descend, and you start coming across a very busy spaceport. Spaceport exists right at the very edge of the city. Various other vessels coming and going, civilian vessels, you see more Alliance military vessels, a docked frigate a short distance away. That appears to be of the aforementioned Normandy that Neem had mentioned before.
Interesting.
Second. Give me a second, I'm just doing a thing.
Oh, I see.
Alright. So indeed, as the ship does approach, the vessel docked appears to be named, driven by the giant English lettering on the signs, as the SS Jalut. Though your shuttle does not continue towards that one, but instead towards a more quiet corner occupied by a few fellow Kodiak shuttles of cleaner configuration compared to the small sky. Still, as the shuttle comes in to land, the engines steadily are disengaged. And you have officially arrived on Elysium.
Scrap's gonna put his disguise back on.
Probably not a bad idea, considering I'm sure next to the Quarians, humans probably had to get the second most after reaching the names.
Well then, we have arrived at our destination. This flight has definitely been pleasant.
And that small pause in my back as we were landing was because I ship that was ducks, the Angelut. I had to quickly Google it.
So, we have arrived on time. Question is, what happens now? Do we survey the area and also identify the other individuals at this auction?
I believe our first course of action is to locate the mansion itself and then do a thorough survey of its surrounding environments.
I can't kind of buzz this up. As I mentioned, I will get to work modifying the sensors on the shuttle while it is landed here, so we can run some surveillance scans without being detected. I'm essentially getting a good look at the interior. The scans will not be perfect, but they will serve. As for the
Acknowledged.
mansion itself, it is located in a region known as the Balkan Heights. I'm pinging it on your maps now.
That's it.
You have 5 days before the auction is due to take place. If I would have a recommendation,
Yes.
I would traverse through the trade district. Here you can find various stalls, though at variable prices compared to the sale, as well as accommodation for the foreseeable future.
That would be useful. There's no harm preparing ourselves. We're gonna need everything for this.
Acknowledged. I no longer have credits. I spent them all on mangoes.
I have none credits, but I still have mangoes.
Given your organic need for sustenance, mangoes are of greater value.
Exactly. They ain't answer them. That's what tips.
Lord.
I have 900 credits to my name. That should maybe get us a better room. If you get a cheap one.
That begs the question, while the ship's being modified, are you coming along with us or staying with the ship?
No, I am going to be staying with the ship and I'll be making these scans. I'll probably try to float in the area in low orbit is not be allowed without getting the Alliance riled up anyway.
Well...
Indeed, I also have some subroutines from my creator that will allow us to deflect some of suspicion by permitting some false signals. The plan is that the Alliance will see this shuttle as one of their own, so long as they do not look closely.
Fair enough then. Although...
Unfortunately,
for-
human ship designs are fond of structural weaknesses. They have windows.
Don't worry, Scrap, I do not plan to fly close enough to wave.
Comedic as that would be, you are wise to avoid it.
That's why I'm gonna stay in low orbit when most of their ships are up in high orbit.
Well... I suppose before we part ways and leave you to your duties upon the ship, I was hoping we have a bit of a private conversation, you and I, before we start this whole thing.
What, me? You're looking at me?
There is only one pilot here.
Okay. Well, speak.
Nixaline looks at the other three first, to pretty much either wait outside or something while they talk.
I mean, Zelina and Skull, fine. Scrap can stay. Anything you can say to me, you can say to him.
Not him I'm worried about. But anyways, I suppose I keep this brief. I was thinking, if all things go well and get out of this, I want to make a proposition, if I may.
The audio receptors of my helmet are on full.
Well, once we get quite a bounty, and depending how our paths may shift, I would like you to perhaps help me with a little project I've been working on that's become pretty much my life's work. You have clear experience on ship modifications of such, and the ship I hold in my possession is of great sentimental value of such of late. But alas, it does have some issues and problems that cannot be fixed, for I require more newer, higher quality parts from an actual manufacturer and not salvage off some war rig. It needs subtlety, finesse, and quality. Which I trust that you could help with that. And with the help of Scrap as well, of course.
I appreciate the offer and I will think about it, depending on how things go, but I also have a task of my own. Forgive you for not knowing about our people, but I'm on what's called a pilgrimage. It's a rite of passage into adulthood, as far as society is concerned. I'm looking to return to the fleet with something of value to prove my worth. More than that, my pilgrimage has already been recalled. I should already be on my way back. Don't really want to go back empty-handed. It would not look good for me.
Analysis.
Understandable.
If this renovation of a ship could be taken care of in a timely fashion, I could have Dimitri or myself perform visual recording of the process. This could then be part of your delivery to the fleet alongside whatever ship you acquire with your credits reward. This would make for a much grander demonstration of your capabilities. You were able to retrofit an entire ship of foreign design. A common skill for a Quarian, but in exceptional levels.
You make a tempting point.
That
And
said,
to be honest,
you are not wrong about the time consideration. I was simply making an observation.
we'll see how it goes, and I have other reasons to be apprehensive about returning to the fleet. Don't get me wrong, it's home, but things have changed. She kind of rubs her hands together somewhat awkwardly and nervously.
I understand your rite of passage, but I had my own in my lifetime. But
Right.
as when it comes to, well, if that is how you feel about your fleet, who knows? Either you find a new place to call home yourself, or
That would be the day.
I don't know, maybe I could see what I could do on my end, I guess, to assist in that.
I will also
Let's-
note, if it should come to pass that Creator Neem must return to the fleet, I will not be able to accompany her.
You know, his knee flinches slightly.
That's what I felt may be the issue here. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's wonderful that you accept scrap eventually in your case, but I don't think the others would be so open-minded, would they?
They would not, no. By all available data, Creator Neem would be exiled immediately, and I would be dismantled.
You would be blown out of an airlock with a rocket launcher.
Precisely. I would be dismantled. The method is irrelevant.
I might be caught in the explosion.
Stop. I don't want that image of scrap being dismantled or blown up, please.
That
Stop.
being said, if Creator Neem is not capable due to time constraints of aiding with your renovation project, I will find myself devoid of any other projects. Prior to returning to Drake's Landing, I may be willing to assist.
At least I would know where to find you. I mean, just because I go back to the fleet, get the VAS in my name, and get assigned, doesn't mean I can't leave, depending on assignments and whatever it is that is important enough that they're calling us back.
Exactly.
a reason
I
why-
remained in Drake's Landing because that is where the children I had lost could find me. They never returned. I have faith you, however, would. So I will put myself where you can find me.
I appreciate that.
Hmm.
Nixaline,
Yes?
when you go to this mansion and get whatever it is, the shadow broker, Ariatoloku, whoever it is, once you bring this Bosch jet back in one relative piece, she kind of pokes you on the front of the chest plate there, Scrap.
Just kind of touches the spot.
And I mean safe. Or you might not have a ride out of here. Understood.
That is another thing I wish to bring up. Where there may be some obvious deeper connections with you two, I have still formed quite a connection to Scrap as well. I will do everything in my skills, knowledge, and know-how to make sure he comes back to you in one piece.
Good.
You have my word on that, and I will not break it.
Good. And you, Scrap. Be careful, please.
Recklessness is not conducive to successful mission completion. I will demonstrate due caution.
If it's between the mission and you, You are going to choose you.
Acknowledged.
Good. Just come
Addendum.
back to me safe.
If I must choose between me and you, I will choose you.
Addendum. Back at you.
That strikes me as paradoxically impractical. I am a broken and incomplete fragment of a Geth. You are a full Quarian. You have more waiting for you than I do.
You mean a lot to me. And we organics can be rather illogical, so you're just gonna have to deal with it.
I have noticed.
I would also like to point out where your people would see scrap as a potential threat or worry to extreme degree. There's also another, perhaps, solution that could be advised. For you see, on my homeworld, the Geth aren't really known that well. I mean, scrap is the first I know of. Theoretically, if he feels the need to or wants company, I won't mind at least keeping him safe at my place and you could visit him. At least then he'd be safe and out of harm's way of unintentional misfires from your people from the past.
Not sure how I feel about you taking with Scrap running off with another girl, but sure he'll consider it.
I have already stated my intention to return to Drake's Landing if we should be separated. This remains true. The offer is appreciated, Nick Celine, but I know where I am needed.
See, he's a loyal one-girl type.
Very well then.
Question. This vernacular, Nemethyl, does this qualify as flirting?
I am going to start working on these modifications icon mentioned. You should probably get going.
Acknowledged.
Well, if you're fixated on that path, would you at least wouldn't mind a visitor now and then? I can't promise every day, but if I'm ever around that planet, maybe pop in to say hi and keep you company for a while. Is that a better option?
We would be grateful.
Someone needs to check up on you.
Acknowledged. My capacity for maintenance upon my own frame is limited. Furthermore, I find communication with organics to be stimulating. It broadens the expanse of my technology and capacity for intelligence.
I will happily to provide, my friend.
Feel a slight momentary glare come up your way there, Nick Celine, from behind Neem's mask before she goes back to the console.
Nixon
He's watching.
notices this and does pretty much, don't worry, I'm not trying to take him. In fact, I have someone else I fancy back at my homeworld, so don't worry.
What? Who's that? Us jets, you are wasting daylight. Get moving.
Nemethyl, you are
Okay,
being
okay.
teased.
Mean.
The
Just take care
Chiroteran
of
is
this
having
good
fun
ship
with
of
you.
yours. And I shall
Thank
watch
you,
out-
Scrap, for organic explaining to me. Get moving.
I leave you to your modifications and take care of this fine ship. And I shall watch out for Scrap for you and make sure he returns safe and sound.
That stupid machine thing starting.
You are appreciated as well, Neem. And Scrap will go. His way of saying, love you too, dipshit.
Yeah. While Nick Celine's voice echoes as she's walking out.
I love the friendship we got going on here. It's so much fun.
It's great. I'm enjoying it. But yes, as Nick Celine leaves and pretty much you hear a voice echoing, my office still on the table, any place, any time, whatever's. Good with you.
So, you'll exit through the main hatch, stepping out onto the landing. The Air outside is a pleasant sunny day. And after you leave, the engines of the Kodiak flare up, and the ship begins to head back into the sky with just Neem and Icon remaining aboard. Just testing our comms. Can you all hear us?
I was wondering when we're gonna hear
Yes.
these comms. I can hear.
You are
Good.
received.
I'll be remaining on this frequency. Icon's also patched into it. Try not to get into too much trouble without me.
Acknowledged.
I'm
No
glad to hear a
promises.
pleasant. For once, I'm glad to hear a pleasant voice and not a cold, strict voice.
You are now back on the landing pad. Scrappy is back in disguise. You place the helmet back onto your lamp head. The same disguise before, so it will remain 16. What you were able to cobble together.
Indeed.
It's
Can we say
upstairs.
that I made a handful of small modifications to the design of the disguise as we were in transit?
very
I will
large.
allow you. I would allow you to re-roll the check with the disguise kit, and if you get a higher number, I will allow it. If you get a lower number, then you're staying with 16.
Basically, the only change I want to make is I basically want to like see if there's like a cloth I can use to put in front of my headlamp so that it's not as conspicuous, and just put a couple of small LEDs in the back of the helmet about where a Quarian's eyes would be, so that it looks like I have the two glowing eyes, and just have them set to blink on command.
That's clever.
Because the headlamp is what got me caught last time.
That's true. Learn from
It
your
was.
mistakes. Growth.
You know what? Roll for me, Scrap. So let's see here. Yeah, for the sake of this, since you say it's pseudo engineering, roll for me an engineering check.
I'm good at those.
Can I engineer this?
22.
All right.
Whoa,
I
pretty
will
good.
say this will add an additional +2 to your current disguise, so they'll raise it from a 16 to an 18
Awesome.
Sweet.
with a DC people need to beat.
Cool. All right.
Oh,
So I am
Yes.
marginally more convincing now.
Yep. As Nixeline takes her first few steps around, takes a bit of a deep breath, closes his eyes and opens them, and went from her usual happy, giddy self to a more serious and collective tone. Okay, let's see if we can find ourselves something valuable for this mission, and then probably cover some more ground and maybe a place to rest if we're not going to plan to do it today. Just in case. Sounds like a plan?
The mansion is
Oh, I need
located somewhere in the Balkan Heights, correct?
was that over the comms or just to your locals?
Both.
Icon comes over the comms. That is indeed correct. The Balkan Heights is located to many lavish mansions for the richer upper echelons of the city.
I maintain that we should investigate the mansion at least from a street view first, passing by like pedestrians.
Yeah, so Icon, could you give us a good idea of a nice view of the place that's not too expensive for us to stay at, so we can do a little bit of analyzation of our own?
Browsing extranet sites for local hotel rooms.
Thank you,
Alert!
that-
Hotel rooms in the Balkan Heights are exorbitantly expensive. The cheapest room I can find is 10,000 credits per person per night.
No, I said cheap. Anything cheap.
We do not necessarily need a hotel in the Balkan Heights. We just need to have an idea of what we're dealing with.
Yes, away from the expensive place.
Downtown Elyria is bereft of most hotel rooms. It is largely residential. Other hotel rooms I can find of relatively cheap standing would be in the trade district. There are various rooms on the extranet for 100 credits per person per night.
If we assume Creator Neem will be remaining on the Kodiak while we are down on the ground,
That'll be
then
four.
that will be 400 credits per night.
Which means we only have enough. We've got 900 at our disposal. 2 nights, essentially. Unless there's any more credits we have.
Well, you
Looking at the
do.
snake.
Well, for your old ground site, you do have 5 days to make use of. So,
That's
if you
a good
want
point.
pillows for every single one of those nights, you might have to get busy amongst your scouting runs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Keep an eye out for jobs, everyone. Although, more finer details of such jobs would also be vital. If they refuse, then just walk away.
Right. We do not wish to accidentally become domestic terrorists.
Not again, no. That is bad.
As you say that, Scrap, there's like a family like walking by, and then a human family. Like, you see, like the father kind of look towards you with a what the fuck kind of face, and then just quickly ushers them along.
I'll just give like an exaggerated shrug. Perhaps it would be best not to discuss these things in broad daylight.
Yes, so let's just keep moving, keep quiet, act casual, and be cool.
I will remain in the middle of the group so as to minimize chances of me being spotted.
And I
As a
shall lead
reminder
then.
to everyone, as long as we are in public, my name should be Scar Rap, not Scrap. I am also a Quarian on my pilgrimage. My voice sounds the way it does because my throat was shredded during an incident at one point, and I speak using a text-to-speech engine built into my suit.
Noted. Speaking of suit, it's good to be out of a spacesuit and into my usual clothing, because, ugh, tight. But also reliable, because if we get a breach in the ship, I do not want to die of lack of oxygen. Or worse, sucked out.
Indeed, there is a novelty compared to being aboard Sky or the Citadel with artificial to being on a planet with actual gravity. Which does feel slightly heavier beneath your feet compared to the Citadel.
Well, shall we go then?
Indeed.
So where are you going?
I maintain scout out the mansion first, just walk past it on the street, and then find a hotel to work out what we're gonna do after that.
Yep, that is the plan. And
How are you planning on getting there? Heading through downtown area, which is largely residential district, and this planet is predominantly human, given its central nature in Alliance space, or head through the trade districts.
I would say the
funny you
trade
mention that.
district. Mostly because since we're going to be backpedaling there for the sake of getting a room anyways, we can scout out the layout of that place as we're going through it.
yeah,
You
it
know,
would be
like
a
Scrap
better
will be
place.
taking like maps of everything as we're going. So
Yep.
Plus, I think the downtown district would most likely have more dodgy individuals than maybe the trade area.
I mean that's
I
more
mean,
likely to
just
be
go-
lower Illyria, but
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to be some in the But then again, even the trade district, because it's pretty close to this place, so yeah. Either way, watch out for thieving pocket pillagers or anything like that.
Oh, don't worry. If anyone does try, I will take care of them.
Advisory:
Not maim or
crime.
kill.
Advisory:
please.
crime rates in Illyria are low for many cities in Alliance space. However, they are statistically higher in lower Illyria.
Yeah.
Icon, are crime rates in lower Illyria also statistically higher against non-humans?
Statistics say they are about average.
What was that?
Statistically, they are about average.
Acknowledged.
So they have no discrimination or discrimination.
I mean, this place, the population of this place is probably like 90% human, so take that as you will.
Oh goody.
Oh, goody, a buffet.
You have months before you devour anything else.
A certain organization would hold Skull up and go, "See, this is why we hate alien."
To which Scrap would then say, then why not simply kill every single snake species on planet Earth? Biologically, they are nearly identical.
So do not go against the elusive man's logic.
The elusive man's
definitely
logic is non-existent. He works for not good things. In
Spoilers.
organic vernacular, he's a fucking moron.
I
As
feel
for my,
concerned for my two snakes.
He has cool eyes and a pretty room. That does not make him intelligent.
Lightning, you're saying something?
as for your assumption of me not having to eat for a whole month,
Oh,
That
months.
I said that I do not need to, not that I don't have to, not that I don't want to.
Control your urges.
This is a human world. Humans are omnivores. We are likely able to purchase sufficient meat to sate your appetite, without needing to resort to eating organic lifeforms that are still breathing, or recently still breathing. It would be considered rude, and that would draw negative attention to us, which we wish to avoid for the time being.
Don't you,
Yes, I agree.
you insult me. I don't eat processed meat.
Well,
I
so-
prefer it fresh.
Advisory. Eating of humans on a human world would be considered an offense under local law, for which you are likely to be arrested.
Acknowledged. I mean no disrespect. However, your sensibilities may likely need to be shelved until we are off-world, at least as far as public concerns are concerned.
Just-
Furthermore, you are a viper. As I am given to understand it, the time it takes for you to consume a meal is significantly longer than most organics. We are
Sit
on
down,
a time
travel-
constraint.
I have located a Citadel travel advisory. There is a recommendation to go along with the laws provided by the EPD, the Elysium Police Department, for the sake of diplomatic processes between the Citadel and the Human Alliance. Take this what you will.
I assume we're walking as we're talking.
Yes, you start making your way through the streets. And indeed, like, as you exit the docks and onto the streets beyond, there are various sky cars in sky lanes overhead. Even in down the streets, there are a few rather novel to most of you, a few wheeled vehicles that seem to rush you strange. That seem to be going along the ground. Very few, and they seem to be almost more than anything else. Most individuals throwing the handiness of flying to their destinations, but they are there.
Oh, what interesting ways of transport. Truly, technology just keeps surprising me the more I come across it.
As you progress through, humans are dotted all around you. You are certainly getting looks, particularly the those among you who are a bit more exotic, let's say, because you do see a few other Citadel species here and there. Particularly, there are a fair few Asari. You haven't seen a Turian at any point, but you saw at least one Solarian. So Zelina isn't getting much of a look, aside from maybe some of the younger generation, let's say.
I was gonna say something to Skull, but I was.
Go ahead, we're not holding you back.
Does Zelina want to say?
There's some XCOM fans salivating right now.
Oh, definitely. But yes, please, dear, enlighten us.
Funny how Skull eats them whole and I break them mentally.
Yes, quite an interesting dynamic in our group, indeed.
That's all I gotta say, because I was like, that's literally was in my head for a while.
And there it is. I was waiting for it. Vipers. That's why I got a mod that allows them to be on my team. Very efficient.
Anyway, moving on. Because we know humans are horny. Moving on.
Yes.
We will pack bond with anything. That also means we will get horny for anything.
Pretty much.
So,
Imagination and hormones.
moving through this human city. So, the majority of the population, human, getting some strange looks, mostly directed towards Skull, Nyx, and also Scrap. Though, in terms of the former two, it seems to be more of a what the fuck is that? Whereas the latter, it's more of a distrustful look by those infested by the stereotypical view of what a Quarian is supposed to be. Not dissimilar to the looks Neem was getting back on the Citadel and pretty much anywhere else he's gone to, if you were being honest.
Scrap does not have nerves to agitate, so he does not care.
Still, you progress on. It's about an hour's walk from the Elysium spaceport before you are making your way through the trade districts, passing away by various residential street establishments, a few shops, a rather big one called Walmart. You don't know what that is, but you move on past it anyway.
That fucking Walmart is still around.
It lives. It always did.
Jesus.
Another one
looks,
where
Scar looks at the store and just thinks to himself, "Is that a jail?"
I mean, you see various stores. You see a Walmart. You see an IKEA. There's a bloody McDonald's. I mean, things that would make it to the future. Because
No. McDonald's should have died.
in the future, people are still going to want to get lost in the maze of furniture.
Heck.
The never-ending
also
IKEA, an SCP Foundation story.
And I also want to have their bowels removed by going to McDonald's.
No, that's Taco Bell.
Taco Bell
yeah, true.
indeed. Although saying that, oh god, I hate to see McDonald's pretty much now. I mean, that building's already got bland and ugly. What does it look like now? Even more boring, or like a freaking hospital?
They look like cardboard boxes. If nothing else, like Taco Bell or Pizza Hut used to have cool roofs, but then they stopped doing that. Which is a shame. Like, yeah, they were more expensive, but they made your building stand out. Come on, guys.
Yeah, now it's just all like modernized shit.
Yeah, like there's no personality to it because you have to streamline for cost efficiency.
Yep.
And the quality of Pizza Hut's gone downhill.
I mean, to be fair, they were never that great to begin with, but also I'm biased because my dad works at Domino's, so I have been Stockholm syndromed into liking Domino's.
Anyway,
Literally, bro.
the characters you are playing move past strange alien businesses and proceed on into the trade district.
Also, when Skull mentioned jail, I was like in Zelina form, just told her. I just see her just saying, "Oh, they wouldn't like me in handcuffs."
If any handcuffs could hold you.
Children.
Oh my.
Moving on into the trade districts. You see, the residential spaces seem to have largely given away instead of like large businesses, industrial warehouses, huge supermarkets, the whole like. There is also, as you are down, kind of a much more quaint-looking market you find. Various smaller stalls set up. You see one that seems to be holding some sort of strange creature, small, kind of pudgy with a bit of a snout to it, being spit roasted over a large fire. The meat being cut up and put into like buns with this stuffing and onions. Other stalls, various foods, some selling jams. It seems to be a bit of a local produce farmers market sort of thing going. kind of very in juxtaposition to the large metropolitan sectors of business that you've been passing through. It seems much more quaint and almost intimate by comparison. Much more human touches, so to speak. No, a touch of humanity versus the lifeless corporate soul that would otherwise be overtaking various other regions of the city.
Skull just looks at this roast animal and watches him discussing, thinking to himself, why do they cut it up? Why not just swallow it whole? I don't understand these humans.
Humans
Oh,
cannot
I'm
unhinge their
sorry.
jaws the way your people
Yes.
can. They have to cut up their meals into smaller pieces and chew them in order to digest them.
How terribly inefficient.
Or,
Advisory. I believe this creature is known as a pig. It is a staple of human diet. It makes things like ham and bacon.
and Nixaline decides to jump in this. Well, I'm not human. Oh, look, I don't have an unhinged jaw. I'm mammal, a bat. I cannot unhinge jaw, nor swallow something that big. I would choke and die.
Theoretically, you could unhinge your jaw. It would just not be biologically advised.
No, it would hurt, and I would choke and die if I try to eat that whole thing. I like it cut into portions, although saying that, it's not fruit.
Furthermore, I will also add, Skal, there is a artistic element to human cuisine, as I've come to understand it. It is not just a matter of consumption. There is a art form to it, preparing food in certain ways. Perhaps it is inefficient, but it brings them happiness.
Although, since they're like a marketplace where there's a load of food, does Nixaline pick up on anything outside of meat?
I mean, like I said, there are various other stalls. There's some setting that seem to be like potted jams. Others are fruit stalls, selling these strange, exotic, yellow, curved fruits. Others use these green spherical objects, and a few more mangoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Nixaline's just nose is twitching and picking up on the fruit. And there's a huge variety before her, and now she's just like, what are all these?
You're kind of looking. There's a human.
Her eyes are open.
There's an aging human woman with like grey hair and wrinkles, kind of behind it, going, "Fresh fruit and vegetables. Fresh fruit and vegetables. Get them here.
And she's just like, all
You
like that.
are." She kind of looks you up, ma'am. Fresh fruit and vegetables. Only for 5 credits apiece.
Oh. And she's just like looking at them all and just pretty much trying to pick out which one. And then pretty much looks.
She kind of.
collecting
can't-
herself. Could we perhaps pick up some more food, please?
She kind of looks at you in your wide eyes, salivating, just amazement at. Kind of looks a bit amused, like, "You're not from around here, are you? Trust me, I got a nose for these things," she says somewhat shily, noting your. First time to a human world?
Yep. And I didn't realize how much more varieties of fruit there are outside my home. Oh
Wow.
my.
Ignore the supermarket chains or all the other corporate delights that have been overcoming human civilization since before we discovered them. Nothing beats a good old farmer's market and homegrown veggies. So this is apple, we got bananas, we got...
Banana? He's like getting ahead of
Ooh,
that.
banana.
This is a banana. It is a staple fruit from our homeworld of Earth. Of course, when we colonized the stars, we took a lot of them with them. There was a little bit of tailing the soil to get them to accept the seeds, but nothing a good old bit of human ingenuity cannot master. If I do say so myself, we have been running our farm for a couple generations now. We come back to the very first settlers of Elysium. This is well before the Batarian bastards tried to raid us.
indeed. Very healthy. fruit
See?
indeed you've grown.
Tastes good old human grown fruit and veggies, and you'll never go back.
So, can I purchase some? Just looking at the group. Well, I mean, at least two of us need to eat anyway, so...
She kind of looks over the group. I'm afraid I don't sell any kind of dextro produce, kind of looking at you, Scrap.
I'll tap my throat a couple times, fiddle with my Omni tool to make it look like I'm turning on my my voice software, and reply, "That is all right. I brought my own food. I can take care of myself."
And she kind of looks towards you, Skull. Well, the sorry, we had a fair few sorry customers before. I'm sorry, I do not know what you eat. She's talking to you, Skull.
Skull just looks at the woman and turns back towards the vendor with the large pig, as you called it. I don't. Sorry, but I don't eat what you sell. But if I, but I do. But if you want a demonstration, he slithers over to the.
Is he gonna
the,
buy
uh,
the whole pig?
How much?
There's a man kind of behind it, along with like a teenage boy that seems to be in an apron. A son, perhaps, or just a day worker. You can't really tell. Oh, for a hog roast bun, that would be about 10.
No,
For
the whole
fucking pig.
thing.
I mean, if I told you the whole thing, I mean, we already have any more. I mean, if you want the whole thing, 2,000 credits, I guess.
No!
Seems somewhat freaked out.
Pig's expensive, damn.
I mean, for a whole pig, yeah, that is. But still, no. Think of it like this. You could just go about trying different varieties of meat. You don't have to settle on one. There's plenty here. I saw you fill yourself up.
You know, the woman kind of looks curiously and goes, well, Snake, I suppose that makes sense, carnivore. You know, I've never seen your kind around here before. We get a few aliens around here every now and then. So I could say here, that's a holiday we celebrate.
You are
the
cutting
winter.
out a lot.
Yeah.
Give me a second. We'll see if that helps.
Do you have that thing in your in your voice and video where like your input sensitivity is auto-detected or just tuned too much?
No, it's only recently started happening. It's annoying me. Yeah.
Okay,
mean-
double check it real quick. Just
Yeah.
I'll fiddle with my settings later. For now.
okay. Yeah, my
Yeah,
brother
if not,
was having the
just
same
go with
issue, and turning that off helped.
I'll repeat what she said. What was the last thing you actually heard clearly?
There was a bit of silence, and then the last thing I heard was the word holiday.
Alright. So she was looking at Scar and went, huh, Snake, carnivore. I suppose that makes sense. Well, I don't think I've really seen any aliens like you around here before. We get a few various species coming in every now and then, particularly with our Christmas markets. That's a holiday that we celebrate every year. It's in Earth's winter by our calendar.
Yeah.
But you-
Fascinating.
But usually it's sorry, you get a lot of sometimes Solarians, not many Turians, but I've seen a Quarian before. Actually, there's one just down there. She kind of points slightly down the road. Someone earlier.
While this conversation was happening, Mixeline was picking out random fruits, especially mango.
While you're picking up random fruits, and she's kind of pointing to like your attention scrapped towards the other Quarian. Are you looking?
I'm looking.
You kind of look down. There is you see, indeed, a short way down, kind of looking in a shop window, a female kind of Quarian, kind of nervously, almost wistfully looking into the shop window. There seems to be various boxes containing what appears to be model kits. The one she's looking at appears to be some sort of fantastical, somewhat nonsensical designed starship that almost looks more like a cathedral than a actual Mass Effect qualified starship.
Quarians into Warhammer. Great. What are they on, like 23rd edition at this point?
Something like that, but it's more like you're probably imagining she's
like the 5th
daydreaming
reboot.
about bringing. It's more like she's daydreaming about bringing like a Gloriana class ship back to the fleet. And how much a hero
Just this Quarian chick shows up, having somehow bested the entirety of the Imperium of Man, and is like, "Behold, Admiralty Board, I bring you a cathedral. It's in worse shape than any of our ships, but it's big and it's cool." Because these motherfuckers don't know the first thing about maintenance. They just light candles and murmured prayers. It's weird.
Also, might secretly have an AI on board that's been dormant for millennia, but you know. But yeah, like she's wistfully looking at this model kit of a ship that definitely would not work in any bounds of reality, and how Mass Effect drives work. But nevertheless, she is looking at it. And as she is looking at it, you see a human male kind of start to approach her from behind. As he does, he suddenly makes a quick movement and grabs a pouch that had been on the Quarian's belt. You hear her go, "Hey!" As she kind of turns around and tries to stop him. Very quickly, his fist balls itself and strikes her right on the visor, where you hear an audible crack as she kind of falls back before he starts sprinting his way down the street.
Ooh.
Bastard.
All right, I will... Nixaline, Zelina, please take care of that one. And I am going to start moving towards the fallen Quarian.
You sure you got it? Right.
Just catch the thief.
Runs after them. Yep. Just gives the groceries done. Please hold on to this. Be right back. Just runs after them.
You're going after them?
Did you give it to
Yep. Big bag of fruit. God fucking damn it.
Scarlet's going to follow after as well, but take a more stealthy approach.
All right.
All right, so Scrapple's going to the side of the Quarian that just got hit in the face.
Yep.
Whereas Nixie was going after. What was Zelina doing? Zelina, hello.
All right.
What are you doing, dear? Honey.
My thing froze!
What was Zelina doing?
Oh my god, I'm going after him. What do you want me to do?
Okay.
All right, so what was it that was given to Zelina by Nixaline?
Oh no, that was to the shop owner.
What did he give? What did he give to the shop owner? Ah, he just patted back.
Yeah. Hold on to this. Be right back. Need to do something.
I don't know why I could just see her dragging freaking Zelina, like by the wrist or something.
Oh no, she's just one bolting after the thief immediately after shouting bastard and giving the fruit to the shop owner to hold on to. Big bag of fruit.
Okay, now Zelina has to be freaking mom for a few days again.
All right, and then so they were just chasing after. Skull was trying to be a bit more stealthy with the approach, so Skull roll with a stealth check first.
By the way, this woman is running in heels, so I don't know if that is talent.
Sorry. And as Nixaline, as you hand over the bag of fruit you were picking up, the other woman already has Omnitor going, "I'm calling the police." She's kind of dials in the 3 9s.
That's 19, by the way.
19
Yeah,
stealth. Noted. All right.
Nice.
So we'll get to the others in a moment. Scrap, you kind of, as the others start sprinting after the human who'd made off with the pouch, you kind of run off to the Quarian side as she kind of collapsed into a heap beneath the window of this shop.
All right. All right. I'll crouch down by your side. Are you all right? Trying to put what emotion I can into the synthetic voice.
She seems kind of dazed, and as you kind of look, her visor has a very clear crack going down like the very center of it, and there's a small bit of air escaping.
That's bad. That is very, very bad.
I mean, Nixie did say check on her to make sure she's alright and not dying.
She kind of looks up. What happened? I don't.
You were attacked. Your visor's been damaged. You're leaking air.
2 seconds.
Dang.
Oh, tell me I do AFK for a second, okay.
I'm back. Sorry about that. You said. What did Scrap say to her again?
I said, you've been punched, you are leaking air.
You can see how Omnitool kind of shakily kind of come up as she starts to try and, as you look at Omnitool, start injecting herself with various antibiotics and other such emergency systems. She seems very dazed, kind of going through the motions.
All right. Man, Scrap is actually feeling a moment of hesitation, because, like, I know a possible way to help, but it is extremely risky.
What is it?
Scrap is contemplating taking off his fake visor and giving it to her to replace her damaged one. The problem is this would reveal what he is directly to her. And I don't have anything in my inventory that can, like, seal something like that.
Do you have any Omnigel?
I have Metagel. I don't have any Omnigel.
Theoretically, you could break something down to be into Omnigel.
How does breaking something down into Omnigel work?
I believe certain things have certain outcomes. Hold on. Let me have a look.
This is a mechanic of this version of 5th edition I am not familiar with.
Try to remind myself how it works, because I've never done it before.
Let's see here. Omnigel is a technological material that can be obtained by breaking down unwanted items such as weapons, armor, and upgrades. Doing so will usually give an amount of Omnigel based on the item that was dismantled. Mods have a yield of 1. Tools and kits have a yield of 1. Heavy pistols, SMGs, and melee weapons have a yield of 3. Helmets have a yield of 3. Arm and leg armor have a yield of 3. Chest armor has a yield of 6. Assault rifles, shotguns, and sniper rifles have a yield of 6. And heavy weapons have a yield of 10.
Okay.
I don't know how long it takes to break things down.
You can do it. It'll probably take like a minute, but you can do it pretty quickly.
All right. In that case, I do have something in my inventory that would you qualify it as a kit? It's a chess set.
A chess set.
Yeah.
Is chess set?
I would say that will give you a single Omnigel, yeah.
All right. I will say to the Quarian, keep the hole covered as long as you can. I will break something down into Omnigel to patch it.
I am already swimming in antibiotics. It is going bouncy.
Just remain calm, cover the gap. And I will break down that chess set. However the hell that works.
You kind of activate your newly acquired Omni tool, bring out the chessboard from the bag. As you kind of hold it over, there is a a small kind of field that emerges from the Omni tool that covers over the entire chessboard as its very like structure starts to kind of melt down into almost this black slag-like substance. There's an almost like absorbed into the Omni tool.
All right.
And you want to use it to repair the visor, yes?
To the best of my ability, yes.
Alright, make for me an engineering check.
I'm good at those. 20, not natural.
Dirty 20. The other one would have been an actual 20. You had an advantage, but... yeah, dirty 20. You kind of hold your Omni tool over her visor, kind of the black substances start to be kind of beamed down into the crack and start sealing it up. Or the escaping interior atmosphere of the visor ceases to leak. So at the very least you know that no infections are going to be making its way through the crack if they haven't already.
Alright.
She kind of breathes a sigh of relief and goes, "Thank you. They took my... I think they took my credits."
They did. My friends are tracking them right now. Just stay here. I'll keep you company.
Okay. Scrap, give yourself 10 Paragon points.
Alrighty. I now have 15 of those.
Cool, I think that's enough for you to start using some interrupts, but for the rest of you... The rest of you are chasing after this little scrote that manages to get away with her purse, for lack of a better word. So, for those of you conducting this chase as he kind of pushes his way through the crowd ahead, I would like for you all to make for me this athletics checks.
Let me see.
I think it's too many people if I do that.
Athletics?
Athletics. That's a dirty 20 from Skull. Very nice.
I don't have nothing in athletics.
So just random d20.
Alright, if you guys are going to be busy with this chase for the next little bit, I'm going to be back. I need to make myself some lunch.
Haha.
I'm going to be, before you go, Brian, I'm going to be wrapping up in a minute, so you might want to stay.
Fair enough. Okay.
I mean, I was debating about seeing if I could have done his movements with gravity, but there's too many people. Let's try it.
He's setting up a biotic ability in a crowd.
Yeah,
That could be risky.
exactly why I said too many people. Nah. 19.
19, and a 20. A very good all-round set of rolls.
Yeah, because next thing I had a briefer moment of like, no, too many individuals. Athletics it is. As he's making our way to him.
All right. You keep up the chase, kind of bobbing and weaving your way through the crowd out of Scarl as you're going along. You kind of sidestep your way into some of the side alleys, slithering way through one shadow to the next, kind of keeping out of sight and very effectively kind of blending your way in. As Zelina and Nixaline, adeptly, you kind of weave way past one human and the next. Zelina, at one point, you kind of slide over an empty table that had been in the process of being set up for the day. And very quickly,
now.
it kind of caused a bit of a stir by these two aliens rushing through the crowd with a sense of urgency. The thief ahead kind of looks over his shoulder, sees that you are rapidly gaining, kind of turns a corner into a side alley. You manage to keep up the chase, rapidly close the distance as you turn and go into this abandoned alleyway. The thief comes to a stop, turns back to you, and at his back are three other humans and a cybernetic mechanoid canine-looking creature.
Yep. Feels like sleeping dogs right now.
And as he kind of turns to look at you and goes, kind of brave, but we own these streets. So what are you gonna do now? You're outnumbered. You don't look like any cops to me. And kind of Zelina and Nixaline, you are at the very head of this is Skull. You are still currently stealthed, kind of in this side alley here.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a 19 on your stealth, so give me just a moment.
As if we need numbers for thugs like you.
It's okay. They have a -1 on their perception. This will be good. They got a 9 on their perception. They did not see you. Although the mech has a chance, because he'll be different. Give me a moment. Fenris mech gets a natural 20.
Shit. I had a feeling this is gonna happen.
It was a very good roll, unfortunately. As you two are facing off, you see the cybernetic dog has a little antenna pop up from its head as it kind of makes this metallic kind of screeching sound as its head kind of veers towards a side alley, directing the attention of the thief and the thugs behind him, who kind of lay eyes on you, Skull. Otherwise, they wouldn't have noticed you if not for the robot dog.
Quite.
Gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling dog.
There's a error on my token.
What's that?
33 health, not 28.
I think this was your token. I made this map a while ago. There you go. Fixed.
Well,
I know you're there. Coming out, Sneaky.
been on this planet for 1 hour and we're about to get into a gunfight.
Now, I don't know what stick you got in the purse of that suit rat, but I suggest you walk away. After all, I'm looking at a snake, a bat, and a stripper. What are you gonna do?
And
I think it's time for these motherfuckers to die.
That's funny. I'm being threatened by lunch.
Okay. There's only one way this can go, but I'd be generous and give you 2 options. We can just tough this out and see who prevails. Or you do the sensible option and submit, because if you choose option 1, I will beat the living snot out of you if you do.
And one of you will be taking a trip down my throat.
Make for me an intimidation check, please. Nixaline and Scar will give you an advantage for the roll.
Okay. So what do I put for the
That's not going to be much of an advantage because I have -2 in intimidation.
That's fine. It's giving Nixaline an advantage on the intimidation check. It means 2 d20s. Take the high number.
Okay.
So
So just roll it as normal and it's like gives me another one, or just roll 2 d20s?
You have +1 intimidation, Nixaline, so just roll me, just click on it and we'll take the higher number of them. It's 2 d20s and you will take the higher of the 2.
Natural 20.
Oh!
never mind.
Natural 20.
Are you serious?
Kind of the thief kind of looks at this ongoing situation, kind of takes a gulp and goes, on second thought, maybe I don't have thought. Guys, back goes, seriously? Oh, fuck it. Put out if you want, we'll do it ourselves. He kind of pushes past the thief, who kind of goes into a corner, decidedly cowed and not doing much, as the others draw their guns. We'll do this ourselves.
Oh, nice little toys. Mine's bigger.
Analysis. They are going to die.
And I'll have you roll initiative at the start of the next session.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With one less enemy joining the fray, because he's decided to cower in a corner.
Well, at the very least, that makes the number of enemies y'all have to fight match up with how many of you there are. I'm sorry I'm not there to help with the fight, but Scrap's trying to help the person who was hurt. It's like he determined that was a higher priority, because the Quarian could die from
No,
that
you chose
mass
the right
break.
option. Nixley was hoping you go there. Because if anyone has any idea how to fix that, it's you.
Yeah, of course. If I'm found out to be a Geth by this lady, that's going to create some interesting outcomes.
Also, since you chose the threaten option, Nick, Celine, and Scarl take 5 renegade points for the threat.
Okay.
Mostly earned by the I'm going to eat you column, but you know.
I love the fact that Scrap is just such a fucking paragon, despite every decision he makes just being a logical one as far as he's concerned. Like his
Scrap's logic
priorities.
may not entirely line up with the logic of every game. Yeah.
3 of you may die, and 1 of you may actually become a next little piece of tech to dismantle and reassemble as my loyal pet. But you can live.
Yeah, Scrap's assessment of it all is basically, I may not have emotions. Organics, however, absolutely do. If I am to base my analysis and observation of situations on logic, I have to take emotional considerations into account because that is part of the equation and it's idiocy to discount it. Organics don't have to be logical for me to factor their behavior into my logic.
Either way, with the primary thief having been thoroughly cowed by the threat of being eaten by a giant snake, leaving you with 1 less enemy to fight as you go against this gang, we shall follow up with that next time. So thank you all so very much for watching, and we shall see the fight to come. Ta-da!
Lovely.
Beep, boop,
Bye.
beep.